Hey, my name is Eric Contender, and I'm author of the book, The Amazing Dog Training Man. Today's video, I want to talk about reactive dogs. Dogs that are aggressive on leash. They might bark, they might growl, they may lunge at other dogs and people. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a dog that I've worked with for the last 3 weeks. I'm going to show you week 1, week 2, week 3. This dog's name is Vishka. She's a German Shepherd. She's about 8 years old. And she was getting so reactive and acting aggressive that family members actually stopped going over to this lady's house that owns Vishka. So first I want to show you the week 1 when I went there. This is what Vishka was like when I walked in the door. Hey. Good dog. Like a puppy. Okay, you can see she's pretty reactive. I couldn't get close to her. If I threw treats at her, she wouldn't take the treats. If I sat down, she wouldn't stop barking. She was just the same way you saw her all the time, no matter how long I stayed there. She would not calm down. Bark, 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 bark. So then I started working with her. This is what she was like the second time I came back. Good. She's a good girl?
What a good girl. You're a good girl.
Hey, puppies.
Good girl.
And you can praise her. Good. Okay, so now you can see Vishka, right? Vishka's looking a little nervous, right? She kind of crouched down a little bit. And what it is that I started working with her. Now, the behavior you saw Vishka doing in week 1 when she was barking and lunging, that's an unacceptable behavior. And when you're dealing with behavior problems or when you're teaching obedience, you have 4 behavior quadrants that you can work with. You have positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, positive punishment, negative punishment. What I did to Vishka was I used some positive punishment. I gave her a correction for acting the way she was. Okay, and if you've been searching around the internet for information on how to deal with aggression or reactive dogs, the overwhelming majority of the information you'll find says you can only use positive reinforcement. Wrong. This, see this? Oh, this is my high-tech graphics, but these are the 4 behavior quadrants, okay? And when you want to decrease, reduce, or stop a behavior, you have to use a negative consequence. Now, I used a negative consequence on Vishka. I didn't use a choke collar. I didn't use a prong collar. I didn't use an electronic collar. But I did use punishment. I gave her a negative consequence for acting the way she was. So now it did inhibit her behavior a little bit, as you just saw. But now I want you to see Vishka after the 3rd week of working with her. Vishka. Hi, puppies. Yeah.
Yes, good girl.
Good girl, Vish. Good.
Good girl. Yes. Good girl, Vishka.
What a good dog. Look at you. Good girl.
Good girl.
Yeah, nice and relaxed. And the fact that she can lay down,
Right.
you know, is huge. Because a dog that lays down is calm, confident, you know. If they think they're about to die, they're not going to lie down. Ah, Vishka.
That she's not behind me thinking I'm going to protect
No,
her from you.
no, you're over there,
Good
you know.
girl.
So, and then the big thing is that, hi, Vish, hi. Is that she lets, you know, that's kind of a, I'm leaning over her. My hand's coming directly over her head, you know, which isn't really the way you're supposed to.
Right.
But
she's okay with it.
Exactly. So she's doing fantastic. Okay, so now you see Vishka, and now Vishka is very calm. She went for a walk with me. She allows me to go up and pet her. I can give her treats. So what you'll find is that everybody out there that says you can never use any kind of negative consequence I'm sorry, but when you are dealing with a behavior problem that needs to be stopped, you're going to have to use a negative consequence. And then you use a positive consequence. It doesn't mean that all you do is just hammer the dog or hurt the dog or harm the dog. I did nothing that hurt that dog. Nothing. But I stopped the behavior. I stopped it so that I could start to work with her and bring out the other behaviors. Now, she was inhibited. I admit it. She was inhibited. But I stopped the behavior. She became a little inhibited. And then we became friends. And now, friends and family can come over the house. She can bring the dog for a walk down the street. She can approach strangers, other dogs. And the dog is nice and calm and relaxed. And this is only after 3 weeks. So I'm going to keep working with this dog. Maybe I'll put up some more updates. But when you are dealing with a behavior that you want to stop, you cannot use positive reinforcement to stop a behavior. You need to use a negative consequence. Once the negative consequence stops the behavior, then you can reward the dog for the behaviors that you like. So with Vishka, I walked in, she was acting that way. I said no. I applied a negative consequence. She stopped the behavior, and then I rewarded her. And then I applied a positive consequence. Good girl, yes. Good girl, good, nice. Okay, so that's how you can deal with a reactive dog. If you'd like more information, you can always check out my website, amazingdogtrainingman.com, and you can get plenty of email updates. Thanks for watching this video, and good luck with your reactive.